Study sons and pillar daughters. Welcome to part of our skill development and just trying to help each other to be what God made us to be. As pillar daughters and study sons, you are an answer to David's prayer in Psalm 144 verse 12, that our sons will be like large study sons and our daughters as pillars hewn in a palace. And that makes me realize that some of us in this pillar daughters group and many others will be in the spheres of influence. We have 7 spheres of influence, and it would be a pleasure to know that. And even right now, I'm aware some of us are already operating in these spheres. We have the sphere of governance. Some of us will be great leaders, and already we are leaders. There is the sphere of religion, where it's not just about preaching, but even presenting what Christ is teaching us. There is the sphere of sports and entertainment. And as you're in that sphere, it's not just about running or playing the ball, but sometimes you need to convince people to give for good causes, so you need to have your communication skills well developed. The other one is in business. Some of us will have good business acumen. Actually, already some of us are, because I know that they come and persuade you, but in a righteous way. And so what are we saying? When we're in these spheres of governance, which even the other ones include the family, how we handle our family. We are actually governing the community through our families, and we are influencing through good families. So as a result, today we want to talk about addressing people in public space. What are a few tips that we can share and help one another, including me? So, many times when we're invited to talk to people or to address people publicly, the first thing that happens for many people is that your heart misses a beat. And you go like, wow, how will I manage? Oh yes, the fact that you've been invited to talk to people, or that you have the opportunity, shows that there is something that you have that the people need. So how do we prepare? I have one audience in front of me and she's very encouraging. How do you prepare to give a speech in a public space? 1, when you're given the topic, or even if you're not given, do a research on that topic of discussion. Recognize that the people who are inviting you to come and give the speech have an idea of what they really need. You need to find out, what exactly do you need from me, so that you are guided on how far you can go. Then also recognize that the people you are going to talk to also know something about what you're going to deliver. However, you must do some research, because many of us thrive on findings and facts and probably some new information. Again, the Bible says, remind people even if they know. So for some people who are coming to listen to you, they just need to be reminded, because we have so many things going on in our minds. So do a good research on that topic. Knowledge is power. Number 2, under preparation, find out the nature of the audience you're going to talk to. Very, very important. If you are going to talk to people who are probably executives in a company, or older people, more mature people, you probably need to use a lot more formal language, as opposed to if you're going to talk to a group of young people or children. Even the kind of vocabulary or register that you choose will matter. Because if you go with very, very difficult words to that particular group, yes, you will be standing talking in front of them, but all they might remember is just one word you used instead of the message you are going to deliver. Again, the age of the audience also helps you know how to put on whatever you're putting on. It's very important that we know how to put on. In that, assuming you are going to speak to people or ladies in a community where they're not allowed to have their hairs open, you may need to put on something so that you can pass the message. What's important is the message. After that, you can go dress in your normal way, or sometimes you're invited in places where you cannot put on something that is a bit short for the ladies. Or for the gentlemen, you may go to a place where the men put on big coats and everything, and then there you go dressed in a very tight-fitting t-shirt. The message will be there, but majority will leave thinking, wow, that speaker had 8 triceps. You see, it's the message you're passing that is very important. Thirdly, rehearse the presentation. It's important that you check yourself. You may not perfect it, even I will never perfect it. But one thing we know, we are moving towards perfection. So what are we saying? Rehearse in front of the mirror. Nowadays we have phones, you can record yourself, check a few things you're doing, left, right, center, what needs to be corrected, you can correct. Or you can get a few people, like I have some lovely girl in front of me who also looks at what I am doing and then tries to correct it here, run there. Number 4, have appropriate dressing and let the color be right. What do I mean by this? There are clothes for different occasions, okay? If you're going to address a certain group of people and then you put on bright colors, which may not be wrong, the attention might come from the speech to the color of your dressing. So what do I suggest? Really, there's no one way of doing it, but we can say, let us try and put on colors that are minimal in terms of attracting attention, but accentuate who we are. If you are of a color that is a bit dark like me, then you are in all black. Then now again you might sink inside the color so that people will just see teeth, the white teeth moving, and they may never see you. If you are very light skinned and then you are in very white, then again that will also be like you'll really, I think, is it reflect or absorb? You know, I'm just saying the colors must be balanced so that the people can hear the message. And then finally, and not really final in terms of preparation, there's much more I may not mention here, reach the venue early. It's important that we reach the venue early, especially if you've never been there. 1, by reaching the venue early, you acclimatize to the environment and you start feeling like, oh, at least this is home. Again, you meet a few people, make friends with them, talk to them, so that when you start delivering your speech, you will feel like this family, you are comfortable, you can look at them and the eye contact, they'll actually respond and show you are doing well. It's very, very important. And then the other one, it will also help you so that you don't reach the venue breathing so hard, you know, hyperventilating, and everybody's wondering, who was chasing the speaker today? Could the speaker have just arrived early? You know, it shows a sense of disorganization. So arrive early, and then it will also help you put your presentation in order. You kept it in your bag, you remove it, so that when you are called to the stage, now you have a way of presenting yourself that is calm and the environment now agrees